HB-28 Horizontal Press Brake from RHTC Profi Press has a variety of standard features. It's built in EU by RHTC and is CE certified. Comes standard 400 volt 3-phase. Single phase 240 is available by special order. It has a piston diameter of 130 millimeters. The piston stroke is 180 millimeters. Has a 4 kilowatt motor. Hydraulic pump that does 30 liters to the minute. And the system runs on 250 bars. The HB-28 comes standard with a Schneider Pro-NC touchscreen controller. It can store 100 programs. Each program can have 6 steps. Each program can be alphanumerically named. It has a variety of standard tooling on it. It comes standard with a mounting block. It has DIN 650 slots on it. It has a material backstop that's adjustable and can be mounted on both sides. In these holes, it has a tool mounting plate that comes with it that's secured with these 4 cap screws there. And then the tools that are inserted into the mounting plate are secured by 6 grub screws on both sides. It also comes with 4 pins. It comes with a bending pin with a 1.5 millimeter radius. It comes with 2 standard mounting pins, and it comes also with a counterforce pin that has adjustable screws on it so you can tighten it up against your bending tool. The usable area of the table is 550 by 300. The diameter of these pins is 70 millimeters. One of the other nice features of the HB-28 and its tool set is that it comes with a safety strap. This, in addition to this counter force pin and the adjustable bolts, allows you to put a tie bar onto the bending pin, and this would be for heavier applications. It reduces the flex in the pin and will reduce any variance in your bends. The HB-28 has 3 modes of operating. As you can see here, you got 0, manual, and auto mode. In manual mode, you can do the program. You can program steps 1 through 6. Once you program those steps, you can then choose in 0 mode what steps you want to run. So if you had 6 different steps programmed, you could choose a variety of different steps. So for an example, steps 2, 4, and 6, put into auto mode and then run those 3 steps out of the 6 steps that you have programmed. You also have on here, you have speed control. The speed control as cylinders extending is from 2 millimeters per second up to around 10 millimeters per second. And then on the return, you'll have 20 millimeters per second. You also have a pressure control or tonnage control, and then in concert with that, you have the pressure manometer that's built into the system. To start up the HB-28, turn on the mains. Nothing will happen for a second or 2 or 3. Then the green light pops on, and then the Pro-Phase controller pops on. It'll run a series of checks. Make sure the system's all in order. One of the primary checks that it does is see what the position of the main cylinder is. If the cylinder is not at 0 millimeters or at home, it will eventually throw up an error and require you to home the machine. So the reset pops up every time you hit that, and you tap the start, and then you will see that when I put it into manual mode, the pump fires up and the calibration menu comes up. This will roll straight through because we're already at the 0 position. So to demonstrate the homing process, I'm going to turn on the mains. The green light will pop on once again. The Profi controller will run through its checks. I'll hit reset, go back into the operational mode. I'm going to put it in manual mode. And it'll say calibration. Now it'll check where the position of that cylinder is. I intentionally put it out to 25 millimeters to demonstrate this. So now it's telling me that I have to hit the left-hand foot pedal. And then it rolls into the operational mode or the manual mode. So I fired up the machine again just to go through the programming process. It'll run through its checks. It takes about 20 seconds. All right, you tap the reset and you tap the start. It takes you directly into the main menu. And in the main menu, you have 3 different modes. You have the advanced, you have the service, and the language mode. Well, and then an additional one that is the dwell time programming pocket. In the advanced mode, you can go in and see the stats. The top part of this will give you details on your current run cycle, what you're doing, what you've done since you turned the machine on, and then after you turn the machine off, it will clear that. Then you have the statistics overall for the machine for its entire life. The service mode is just that. It's for the service technicians. It's password protected. In general, customers don't need to go in there unless something seriously goes wrong, which doesn't happen very often. It's a very simple and solid machine. If you find yourself in there, I would suggest getting out. And then language, there's 6 different languages, which you can select by touchscreen. We'll select English, of course, back. And then I will, well, if you want to program a dwell time, it's simple as just entering it in there. The max time is 9 seconds. So I just cleared it out now. Go back now. Okay. So we are now in 0 mode. I'm going to put it in manual mode. And it's asking us to calibrate. It's at 0, so it will roll straight through. So the Profi controller is quite simple. It has a variety of nice, simple features. Right here it displays what program you're running. We're running program 1. It can store up to 100 programs. I'll demonstrate that by scrolling all the way down. There you go, recipe 100, which means program 100. Oh, I'll go back here. Each program can be alphanumerically named, up to 32 alphanumeric characters, caps and smalls. If you want to change the name of something, one of the programs, you select that name and then you can go into it. Then you can tap in whether it be a customer name, customer number, one of your reference numbers, a drawing number, you can enter that in there. So if you want to run any one of these 100 programs, you just tap on it, select. So it's showing me that I'm running program 13 out of 100. I'm going to go back up to the top here and just select my test one. Enter, select, then we'll go back into the program. This right here tells you what the current position of your cylinder is. It's currently at 0. You have 6 steps per program. Each step can have a maximum value, which is how far it'll extend. That'll be your bending value. And then the min value is your return position. Where that comes into play, if you're doing multi-bending, it saves you time by allowing you to program a return position that is not all the way back to 0. So it cuts the full stroke down to the necessary stroke. So you can program steps 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? I'm going to start with 1 to program step 1. I'm going to leave the min at 0, and I'm going to enter 20, enter. And I'm going to go to step 2. I'm going to make that 40, the bending, and I'm going to make that 10. step 3, I'll make that 60, make that 20, 80, 100, and what did I have there? 30, so I'll make that 40. And step 6, I'll make that 120. And I'll leave this at 0 because step 1 is at 0. Step 6 return value can't be greater than what step 1 is, otherwise it'll throw up an error. You can enter up to 1 decimal position. So that 121.9, so it's quite accurate. Before you continue on, you exit out of here, you have to hit save, otherwise you lose everything. Right? Now, I'm going to flop over into manual mode, but when you're in 0 mode, you can select what steps you want to run in a variety of those steps out of whatever program. So here, if I wanted to, I could run steps 1, 3, and 6, 2, 3, and 6, 2, 4, 6. And you can see when you go into auto mode, it starts blinking with step 2. I'm going to do a full demonstration here. And I'll select all 6 just so we can see the process. This green area is the travel area, the working area that is programmed within a particular step. So here you can see that we're in step 1, we have a min of 0 and a max of 20. You can see where the green is at 0, and then it's going to 20 if we go over to step 2. You can see min of 10, a max of 40, right? If we go over to step 6. Let's go to step 5 instead, better demonstration. Here you got a min of 40, a max of 100. That's demonstrated on the scale, right? Okay, so I'll save that. Go in auto mode, and what will happen is that we'll start with step 1, and I'll step on the right-hand foot pedal. And I'm in auto mode, so when I step on that foot pedal, it will go all the way out to 20 and then automatically return to the position that was programmed in the next, next position, which is 10 and 10. So then we move along. I'll step on the left foot pedal again, and you can see it travel now. So that reached 40 and automatically returned. So now we're on step 3. We're going to start from position 20 and go up to 60. When it reaches that programmed max position, it automatically returns. Now we're in step 4. We're going to start at 30 and we're going to extend out to 80. Now, as long as you hold your foot down, it'll keep moving forward. And I'm taking my foot off and making it stop. Both forwards and backwards, right? So now it's rolled over to step 5. We're going to start at 40. We're going to go up to 100 millimeters. Okay, and it'll return to the program position. Now here we're going to go all the way out to 121.9 and then return to position 0. So that was automatic mode. If you want to bend one step at a time, you can do that also. You go into auto mode, which I've just selected with the switch. And here you can pick whatever step out of that particular program you want to run. So I selected the cylinders at position 0, as you can see right here. But so it's going to extend to 60. Okay, that was 60, as you can see there. You can see where the cylinder is out to the horizon of the green patch. Right, now I'm going to hit the left foot pedal and return. And you can see there where the cylinder is returned to the end of the green patch. This is good for one-off bending. Yeah, for singular bends, for brackets, and a wide variety of other things. If we wanted to select step 6, right, there we go. You can see that the cylinder is not all the way to the minimum position, but it will do after it's reached the max position. Okay, now left foot pedal. And you can see here, it's at 0, program 0. Oh, I didn't want to do that, right? And we extend out to the max 121. So to demonstrate the homing process, I'm going to turn on the mains. The green light will pop on once again. The Profi controller will run through its checks. I'll hit reset, go back into the operational mode. I'm going to put it in manual mode. And it'll say calibration. Now it'll check where the position of that cylinder is. I intentionally put it out to 25 millimeters to demonstrate this. So now it's telling me that I have to hit the left-hand foot pedal. And then it rolls into the operational mode or the manual mode. The HB-28 comes with a standard multi-V with 4 different openings on it. The first opening is 16 millimeters, which is good to 1 to 3 millimeter thick material. The second is 22 millimeters, and that is good for 2 to 4 millimeter thick material. The third opening is 35 millimeters, which is good to, for 3 to 6 millimeter thick material. And the widest one is 50 millimeters, which is good for 4 to 8 millimeter thick material. The standard height of the tools is 200 millimeters. The pins, the tool holding plate, and then also the face with the DIN 650 T-slots in it are all very adaptable, and a wide variety of tools can be quickly and easily put in and taken out. The pins come out quite readily. These are standard tool holding pins. The main bending pin is secured with a nut on the underside. And that comes straight out. A piece of something there. And you can see here with the threaded end. And then the counterforce pin with the 2 adjustable bolts in it. The machine, the table is precision, CNC precision milled. It has 6 mounting holes that will facilitate additional mounting of tools. And then it has a graduated scale on both sides from 0 to 45. All the holes are lined, which is fantastic. So when these get worn, you can simply replace the collars versus having to rebore the table. HB-28 has 4 safety stops, one being on the on the cabinet, hit the button, release it, the screen goes to reset. It checks where the position of the cylinder is, and if it's not at 0 like it is here, it'll require you to bring it back home. Same with this one. The Proface indicates that there's a safety switch enacted. Release it, reset it, check where the position of the cylinder is, and takes you back, and you're off and running because it's at 0. I'm going to select step 6 because there's a lot of travel in this one. I can demonstrate the safety feature of the foot pedal. So I step on the right foot pedal, and it can travel all the way out to 121.9. But if I step my foot all the way down, I've stepped all the way down now, you see that it shows that a safety switch is enacted. Take my foot off, it asks me to reset it. Now, here, because we're somewhere between 0 and 121.9, it's requiring us to bring the cylinder back home. Right, so I'll step on the left-hand foot pedal. It's at home, and we're off and running again.